Welcome back to FFB Amigos, and today for Chelsea fans, a sad one. Bournemouth come to Stamford Bridge and take a draw, which could have very easily been a win, and a deserved one at that. So before I even get started, congratulations, Bournemouth. You're having an amazing season. You have a very organized team. You did a good match today, even though you conceded some territory early in the game. We'll get into that. I think you actually had a lost opportunity to take the 3 points. But congratulations, you have a pretty good and solid and strong team. You deserve to be where you are, and good job. Good job. I think the fair result could have been that you would tie us with points, but thank El Lord, you did not. I think I'll start and I'll close with probably the same sentiment for those of you that don't want to watch the whole video. But we were poor most of the game. We started really well, amazing. It's common. Chelsea fans know this. But Bournemouth is a good team. I think Maresca didn't know what to do. He lost it. We collapsed at one point, and Reece James spared us further embarrassment. You're good. If that's all you wanted to know, you're good to go for the rest. For the rest of you that want to stay and hear a little bit of the detail of how I lived the game and what happened, please stay. First, I'm going to say I was wearing this one today. And I had to change it out now for this black one because I think I didn't feel like wearing it, man. I think we're in dark times now. I think this result puts us... Look, it was the harder of some of the recent results of the games that we had to play. And maybe have the last easy, quote-unquote, of the stretch that I've been talking about in my videos prior to the Man City game against Wolves. And... yeah, but I was hoping to see something, and actually we've just keep taking steps back in reality. So when the game's about to start, the first thing that I notice is a Champong is in the lineup. Yay! Chelsea fans want to see a Champong. We were happy to see it. We also noticed that there's some injuries in Bournemouth. And, people don't speak about that. They only speak about the big teams, but they had some injuries. And we'll see later that they lost the key player and they still managed to pull a result. Another thing we noticed is Caicedo in at right back. And, again, I've said this in prior videos. I do not like this. I hate this. That is probably my favorite player, or one of my favorite players in the world. And I always say, yeah, the guy can probably play as a goalkeeper. He's probably really good at running the barbecue. You could probably put him in the cafeteria in Chelsea and do an amazing job. But that's no reason to put him there. And this I kind of hate. I actually stopped watching George Benson because of this, because he was so excited and happy to play him as a right back. It worked in one game. And as a tool of sometimes it could be a thing, but it's not about what he can do. It's about you don't have another proper player of those qualities. No other team does. What do you lose when you move him out of the midfield? And I'll tell you what you lose. You lose the midfield. And that's what we lost today, where there was acres of space, and that's where we lost the game. In any case, I'm upset about seeing him there, but I'm like, fine, whatever. So that means that the other midfielders have to be strong, but I'm relieved. I'm like, okay, Lavia's there. He's a tough young man. I'm not happy because I know he's coming back from injuries. I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not the coach. I'm not the boss. Let's do it. But again, happy to see it, Champong. Let's do this. I'm excited. Another change that I noticed is that Maresca is in for Neto, which is like not that big of a change, to be honest, and it was proven so. Absolutely, because we saw what we see from him and what we expect from Madueke. In any case, I'm trying to be positive. And actually, the first few minutes are a little sloppy, but Chelsea start really strong. So immediately at mid-6th minute, we get a free kick in a great position, but Palmer straight at the keeper. And I'm a little frustrated, right? Because I'm like, we're not good with set pieces. And that means all set pieces. Although we're doing a little bit better on the corners, we're not as wasteful. Today, they were a little bit better. And credit to Enzo Fernandez on that. But and also that counts for free kicks. Yes, Palmer put one in, but we don't have like 2 or 3 amazing free kick takers. I see them improving, and hopefully it's something that in time will improve. In any case, there's some nice play. I'm seeing Sancho being a little bit unplayable, doing these 1-2s. And with Palmer, he does a pretty amazing shot, and he gives it back to Palmer, takes a weak shot. But okay, we're active, and it's happening. And then that was like around the 9th minute with this weak shot. And Jackson is proving to be a beast and with the hold-up play, with muscling people out in the middle. As a matter of fact, he recovers a ball and turns around, Drogba vibes, pure power and force, finds the runner in and leaves Palmer all alone one-on-one with the keeper, and he does some beauty. If you guys haven't seen the highlights, go look at that finish. He dummies the keeper in the most beautiful way, in the way that your Zlatans do and your legends of the game, and the player just like gone, played, taking a nap, destroyed, and he just taps it in. What a beautiful finish. Golazo. Excited. We're happy. Chelsea fans, we're losing our minds about how well Chelsea is attacking and these little, plays are happening. But at this point, every Chelsea fan is like thinking we need at least 3, in the game, and we need 2 fast. This one is not enough. How sad that you score a goal early in the game and a goal like that and you're playing that well, and the Chelsea fan is thinking, oof, we need another one quick. We need another one quick. At the 12th minute, you're thinking this. In any case, that's our reality right now. And there's one of the pundits there mentioned something that I really like, which is that Moisés Caicedo is number 1 in the Premier League for successful defensive interventions. Playing in the middle. But in any case, he's a great player. And I'm saying that because he had a shite game today. And it happens. He was late into tackles. He gave out a penalty, which we'll get into, and stuff like that. And it happens. Sometimes people have an off day, and I just think it was more of a systematic problem across the team. And I think that a lot of this could have to do with all the madness that comes with the January transfer window in a team like Chelsea that is hustling and bustling. There's no solidity. If you live in a world where any player could be sold at any time, where your young academy players, which historically teams would keep, now they have to sell for pure profit. I think that generates huge instability. I don't know if that's what it is, but I'm sure that affects and it plays on people's minds. And maybe that's a little bit of what happened today. But in any case, Bournemouth lose Hill, which is an important striker. Yes, he only has, I think, 6-7 goals, but he's their lead scorer. Not striker, he's the lead scorer. Minute 28, Enzo takes on 3 players. A great shot on target, but they're there to defend. Minute 32, Caicedo does this thing, an amazing recovery, this time from right back. Plays it wide to Maresca. It takes him a little bit to control, but he finds Jackson, which does the right thing. And he cuts into the first post like a proper 9, but then he doesn't do the right thing and he misses the shot. And that's when we know what's cooking. We know what's cooking. Now it's about what we expect to happen and can we break that chain. Are we going to continue to miss these opportunities? We did. The game suddenly is now around the 38th minute is wide open. Bournemouth find their feet. They were lost the first few minutes, to be honest. And yes, that was to Chelsea's credit. And it's because Bournemouth weren't very organized in the way they were pulling back from the mid to the low block. They didn't know how to do that. And I think with the injuries and the changes they had, they struggled a little bit. But once they found their feet, it was over. They were in control, not fully of the game, not fully of the possession, but now I felt they were in the driver's seat after that. Chelsea's still sort of playing okay, and I appreciate that Palmer's like all over the place. He drops down, he came back to set up plays, kind of like what I said in the last video that I like Bruno does in Old Trafford and Manchester United. So he dropped deep. He's finding rebounds. He's all over the place. And another opportunity in the 42nd minute, Lavia, he's still not sharp, and he's still a young player, but he has a huge opportunity to find Madueke. Again, this is not a chance, but a chance that should have been. It was turned into a half chance. Madueke is running between acres of space between 2 defenders in Bournemouth. Lavia just recovered the ball, and he's literally running like this, and his face is looking at him. and he doesn't do it the first time or the second time or the third time. He does it on the third time, and he finds him within a pretty tight angle, and he can't do it. On the 43rd minute, Palmer finds Jackson all alone with a beautiful, sharp, curved, little curled cross for a header, and Jackson straight at the keeper, very close, so the angle was tight, but at the keeper. And then the rebound, granted, was harder to deal with. It just came at him quickly, and he misses the target again. So us Chelsea fans are like, okay, we're in trouble. For the neutral, I'm assuming it was pretty fun. There was actually two plays in which we hit the post and Bournemouth hit the post. Exciting stuff going back and forth. But for Chelsea, I'm horrified because I know that the lack of control is going to hurt us towards the end of the game, and I feel like once we concede, it's going to be over. And it sort of kind of played out that story a little bit. And anyway, we kick off the second half, right? And we start losing composure. And we start losing composure. And Moisés Caicedo does a midfield tackle inside the Chelsea box and gives away a penalty. That's not my way of justifying it. Again, he's a world-class player, in internationals at the highest level, an amazing player. He shouldn't put his team at risk by going down like that and like he did in the box. It wasn't that terrible either, but it was high risk. You even risk a red card when you do something like that inside the box. It's the kind of thing that you would see in the way those sort of tackles is how he recovers possession when the other teams are in transition today. Not today, anytime. He sort of comes from behind and takes them from behind and does those sliding tackles, risky, but they pay off. But in the box, you can't do that. And Kluivert was never going to miss it. He scores, and now we're 1-1. And at that point, I'm thinking thumbnail time. Time to make the sad face for the thumbnail because this is not gonna work out. We did a change. We did a sub at halftime, so congratulations, Maresca, for doing an early change. But is bringing on a defensive player what's going to change the match? In a way, it was proven because James scored at the end, but I don't think that's going to affect the play as much. In any case, that proved to be the case. And then the 52nd minute, we're forgiven a couple of times by Bournemouth, to be honest. In the 52nd minute, they almost did us a favor, which is, and this is another conversation about VAR. We had one with FA Cup in the absence of VAR, and now we had VAR, so you can contrast the differences. My first impression of Brooks is he just left hooks Cucurella, takes him, knocks him out. That guy gets beat up a lot, man. I think he was the kind of guy that gets bullied in school. I don't know. He gets his hair pulled a couple of times. He gets, it's nuts. I guess people find him annoying. To people that are not Chelsea fans, do you find Cucurella, do you find him annoying? Do other players find him annoying? In any case, so I'm watching this in Spanish, which this is not, I'm not, doing a call to authority to justify what these pundits said. Actually, they're terrible pundits. Usually the ones in Spanish are probably even worse than the ones in English. I'm watching it on TV. And they're like, it's not a red because he's extending his hand as he would to grab him, right? He's really, his intent is to pull him back as you would do when a team is about to counter. It's off the ball. He's just trying to slow him down. It so happens that the way, ended up hitting him in the face or the head or the neck or whatever, and it seemed like aggression, but he didn't really mean it. But every time I looked at it, and again, I had my blue tinted glasses on. At first, it looked he just threw a hook, took him out. But I'm a little shocked, and I'm a little shocked that, when called into VAR, is that usually to analyze if it's a red card or not. So how do they come back with a yellow? I don't know. Again, I'll do a proper. Right now, the passion is running through me. I'm still a little pissed. I'm still a little annoyed. I'm not in a place to do a proper evaluation of everything that happened in player ratings and stuff like that. So I'm still a little hot. And as a matter of fact, this is the second time I make this video, guys. I had to make the video and I had to scrap it and start over again. So it's been rough for me today. It's been a tough one. But in any case, I thought it was a red card. We'll look more into it later. And then just as a side, a little respite that I felt there because I'm like Chelsea's about to collapse. Was seeing Audi TT, Tommy Tuchel. We love you, buddy. And back at Stamford Bridge, I guess checking out Cole Palmer more than likely, and checking out some players for the England national team, which he's proven to be a cup coach, man. Beware for the World Cup. Having Thomas Tuchel and with that team, the rest of the world should be concerned. We'll get into some of the World Cup stuff later, but that was exciting. And the other one is to see Lauren James. They focused on her. For those of you who don't know, Lauren James is the sister of Reece James, and she's just so cool, and she's so talented, and dare I say cute. And, that's a reminder for all the Chelsea fans to support the Chelsea ladies, the Chelsea women's soccer team as well, football team. First of all, they have a lot of history. They're really cool. They're really great. They've had the best of coaches. They still have strong coach now. It's exciting. And those of you who happen to be in England, sometimes it's really hard or impossible to get, tickets to a Chelsea game. But it's easier to get them to the women's games. And I highly recommend that because the prices are lower, the availability is higher, and not only do you support the team and support the ladies, you actually get an awesome opportunity to get the tickets you normally couldn't for the first team. Either that be to get the dugout tickets or the VIP tickets or, the ones that come with the tour and meet the players' experiences, or even the suites, like if you save up a little bit of money. It's a way to get into the stadium and see some cool things at Stamford Bridge and check it out and maybe step on the field. Those things tend to be a little bit more affordable, those hospitality packages and stuff. Or maybe just experiencing the higher, more expensive tickets to see how it feels like at Stamford Bridge. And I've done it, and it's really cool. It's really amazing. I was able to watch the ladies on the Champions League game. That's a long way of saying that I hope that I don't have to only watch the ladies game play the Champions League, the ladies team, because now we are at risk. There's a storm brewing. We are not making it out of these stretch of results with the results we should have. Now we are in a fight for our lives for top four. Now we're really in a fight, because if you look at Arsenal, Liverpool, which actually different category, Liverpool, then you have Arsenal, so I guess you can claim Chelsea there, but then you have Newcastle. Forest is still in there and hanging. What do you want me to say? And Man City. So that's 6, amigos. And us being the 6th out of those 6 or the 5th out of those 6, highly likely, especially on this form. So I think we're in a tough spot. In any case, back into the sad-ass game that we watched. In minute 57, we get another shot on target, and I see the coach react, and we make some changes, which is good, but I just don't think it's the right moves. In any case, 61st minute, Sanchez gave away a terrible ball. We could have been punished. Bournemouth could have killed us. Sanchez, did a good job with the shot stopping at times, but he gave away another, just straight up gave Bournemouth an opportunity. Bournemouth forgives us on another 1-on-1. Sanchez is able to block. It was a great opportunity for them that they didn't take. They could have put the game to bed. Bournemouth started better the second half. And that's what I noticed in the second half, probably about 10, 12 minutes in. There's a stupid amount of acreage in space. Acres. You know how they say acres of space? Literally acres. You could have started a farm between the back line and the front line. Just remember, Chelsea sometimes looked like a 4 or a 5-man front line. So when I say the front line, I'm not saying the 9. I'm saying the wingers, the 9, and the 2 10s are acres of space from the back 3, mostly. Back 4 depends on how we're lined up, but it's usually 3 in transition. And it's just too easy because when there's an unforced error or a rebound, one pass and Bournemouth are through to face the back line 1-on-1. And we saw it multiple times with just too much space. It was just a little too easy in that sense. In any case, as I'm thinking this, the 67th minute, Bournemouth score with a Semenyo goal, which is a great finish. He beats a Chempong on the 1-on-1 and just slots it in. The keeper maybe could have done better. Maybe it was on his post. That's, old school people say you can never get scored on that post, but it was a good finish, and he beat a Chempong. But my problem with the goal there actually is when we're collapsing, there's no midfield. Like to me, that's a tactical error. But that we're not pressing. The two passes, and I don't mean like press in an offensive press of a sense, but they're not getting close enough to the players. We weren't close enough to the two passes prior, because one is like they're both near the half, the midway line, the center of the field, and it's just too easy. They just receive the ball, turn around, look, make the pass, receive, turn around, look around, make the pass to see Semenyo, like with under no pressure. Is that legs? I don't know. Was it legs that didn't allow our players to be close enough to them to mark? I don't know. But at this point, it's like over. I'm thinking thumbnail. I had a happy thumbnail ready. I had my shirt on. I shouldn't have gotten that excited because in the back of my mind, all Chelsea know that if we don't do 3 goals, we're going to probably lose, and if we're lucky, tie this game. But in any case, I'm like, okay, let me download a Dark Clouds picture to put on the thumbnail because that's where I feel we are, and nothing's going to change in this match. And again, minute 84th, Bournemouth get another shot on target, which, Chelsea's completely collapsed. They could have put us away. They didn't. And then in the 93rd minute, man, James, captain, oh my captain, saves us from further embarrassment and is able to tie the game. Thank El Lord. Thank El Lord. We're able to tie the game and rescue a point, but it's still sad business. And not just about this match, because this match has to be grouped with all the other matches. Because this is tough opposition. And again, congratulations, Bournemouth. But it's tied together now with all the string of results that we should have, collected over this stretch, and we didn't. In any case, that's, like I said, I'll end with what I started. Chelsea started well and collapsed. The story of months now for Chelsea. Bournemouth is a good team. Maresca doesn't know what the hell he's doing, or the players can't follow his plan. And fortunately, Reece James came back to take a free kick and save our butts. That's the summary. So I will continue to work hard to make better videos for you. So please like and subscribe, Chelsea fans and non-Chelsea fans. I also review other games that are interesting, and I'm excited to see what else happened in the Premier League while I was sadly watching this game today. And if there's ever any fans out there, we still have to support our team. We got to support Chelsea team or in the dark times. I'm not happy with Maresca right now, but I'm still going to support the players. I'm going to be a positive pundit. I'm not going to be one of these ranting maniacs. I'll try not to be that for you guys. I'll try to be objective, and I want to have an approach of kindness. And now that we're in dark times again, I'm going to be positive. And if there's any Chelsea players out there that I'm ever honored to have you as a viewer, as always, we support you, and come on, you Blues.